Hello, everyone. My name is Murat. I am an assistant professor of marketing in real life, and I am working at Çağ University, which is located in the southeast part of Turkey. We are a small university. We call it a boutique university, and we have around 4,000 students there. The region is beautiful. It's like, I would say, maybe Florida of Turkey. It has a lot of oranges and orange fields as well. And I am here also with my colleagues who are basically our team in virtual worlds. Irene is another professor in our department. She used to be one of my students. Now she's working with us. The Ginger is a research assistant in our department. There is also Nell. She is one of our course assistants right now. She was one of the students who took my virtual world course, so we integrated her in our team right now to get the student side of the things. I'm going to speak about my own experience in Second Life, in virtual worlds, and as well as how I started it and how I started to use it for education. I would like to talk about three things. First, how I started. We created this campus. Then I will talk about the course. And of course, I will give you some feedback from our students, which we made as research on it. We made some interviews with the students, and I will try to summarize it to you today, what our students think about course overall. Here on the board, you can see the real life pictures of the campus. And when I decided to create this campus, I wanted to build it, but I did have no building or scripting skills. So I needed to outsource it. So I made a research. I went to some university campuses and so on, and in Second Life, and meet some people. And I end up finding the Radcliffe University Consortium. And I met with Phelan, who is also working in consortium. And he said he could do the job for me. And I sent him the real life pictures of the campus because I wanted something similar in virtual world, which is almost identical of what we had in real life. And they really did a great job. And I thank you here to them as well, so that we could have this almost identical campus that we have in real life. This is normally the entrance of the university. We have this sign in real life as well. I love Çağ. Çağ University is the name of the university. And then this is the rector's building, the entrance, and the student affairs is downstairs. So this is where we are right now. And we are going to go to other parts of the campus. How I started Second Life has been a lot of time, actually. I was reading a newspaper. At that time, he had this printed newspaper, and I took it in my hand and I saw an article. The article was about the companies or corporations are starting to take their place in virtual worlds. Then I got curious. What is this? What is this virtual world they're talking about? What are the companies? I was a research assistant at that time. And then I said, okay, let me check. I was doing my PhD. And I entered the virtual world, created an avatar, and then started roaming in the Second Life. I have had my share of every strange thing in Second Life, probably in those 14 years, and could not find not many companies that they were talking about. It was not easy. So I decided, okay, I think it's not a very real thing, what they were writing in that newspaper. One day, though, I saw a PhD student from Greece, and I read her profile, and it was writing that she was here to do her PhD dissertation, and it was really interesting. So how can someone do a PhD dissertation here? It was something new for me at that time. Then it rang a bell. I thought about it, and this is a great idea. Like, this is a very international platform that you could do even thesis or the research work. And I was very happy to be able to do that as well. So then I was supervising some masterpieces about 6 years after I started Second Life. I was on and off in that time, and I didn't do much about education or any time. So when it comes to writing a thesis, Irene was my master's student, and she came to me one day. she said she wants to write the thesis with me. And I said, okay, now I'm kind of working on some topic called virtual worlds. And if you would like to write that thesis with me in that topic, I would be very happy. But I said, first, you have to go 1 month, study this, look at this Second Life, the virtual worlds, whatever it is, try to get familiar with it, then come back to me. If you agree to do that, let's do that. And then she went back, and then 1 month later, she came back, and then she said, I want to write it. So we started working on that. So we started and completed a thesis about entrepreneurship in Second Life with Irene. She then became a PhD student after completing the master's. So that's how I started actually to use Second Life in terms of academic field. And then what I did was another thing. I was teaching electronic commerce course for the undergraduates, and I created an assignment and integrated that assignment about Second Life to that course. That was a trial, kind of a pilot study for me. I wanted to see the students' reaction, how they're going to do that, how they are going to give feedback to me about all these happenings and the assignments in the Second Life. So I think the feedback was quite good, and I kept that assignment for several years. It was about 2019, I decided to create this campus, and I decided to have a complete course going in Second Life. That is how I started, basically, and that is what I had done so far in a nutshell.